Hey, I'm Æyers, and this week I'm going to draw a turtle in vector art. This week I'm following another tutorial by Logos by Nick, except this time instead of drawing exactly what he's drawing, I'm just taking the process that he's showing me and drawing a turtle with it. The first step is to create a series of concentric circles that are all the same amount bigger than each other. So you just make the smallest one, and then you scale it up a certain amount, and then you take that one and scale it up a certain amount. Until you have a bunch of different sizes to work with. Then you kind of have to keep the image you're going for in mind while you move the circles over and overlap each other. And then if you have the image in mind, you can kind of see the sections of the circles that are going to be your end drawing. But it's really hard to see if you don't already know what's going to come out of it. So when I'm making this turtle, I'm trying to make as many of the circles touch as possible so that a curve might go smoothly from this circle, touch the other circle, and then go the other way. Once I've got all the circles placed to make the shape that I want, the next step is to select all of them and turn them into one piece, so they're all one object. Then I'll make a square or a rectangle around it and color the inside of it all one color. And then I will select all of it and break it up into its pieces. And so when it breaks up, it won't go back to the circles it was before, it'll go back into the sections of circles of the Venn diagram. So if you had your standard Venn diagram with two circles, it'll turn into three pieces instead of just two when you break it up that way. After that, I'm holding Alt and dragging through the sections that I don't want, and that selects several things at once, and then I'm just deleting it. So any part that's outside the shape that I'm looking for, I'm just deleting. And after that, I'm going to select all the sections that are one piece of the turtle that I want and unifying them into one piece so that I don't have a bunch of extra circles crisscrossing through like one piece of shell, for example. After that, it's time to color the turtle. So all I have to do is go to the gradient tool and pick two colors that are going to be on opposite sides of the gradient, and then place 2 points that pop up when I have something selected with the gradient tool to show the program which side and what angle I want the gradient to be at. Once I've created a gradient in one place, when I select the next thing and tell it to do another gradient, it'll come up with a selection box that has the old gradient in it. So I don't have to reselect the colors every time. I can just click on that and then reposition the dots to finalize the rest of the gradients. After that, I just need to make sure that it's not see-through at all and play with how thick the lines are, and I'm done. And I'm pretty happy with it. That's all for this week. Next week, I'm going to strip the paint from a door that I'm going to turn into a gaming table. Hope you enjoyed. See you next week.
Oh, where do we begin?